Hello guys, Show here. Gonna showcase my Blizzard Ice Shard sorceress on hardcore. Starting with the map, and then after the map we're gonna go through the gear and the skills. So this is one of the best maps right now, which is probably gonna get nerfed soon, which is called Iron Hole. So there is... That is a little scary. Gonna pay a little bit of attention here.
I'm not ready yet.
The beauty with the build is we have eye shards for single target, and for really big density we have blizzard as well. So we are strong in both big density areas and against smaller packs. Bosses is a little rough, but it's very doable.
I'm not ready yet.
So once you open the first area, this is where you can find a really big group. This area is pretty decent as well for density. Never mind, not this time around. But this is where the big groups comes.
I need time to prepare that.
This is not the big one. Oh shit. They're out of position there. So the actual blizzard is not what deals damage. It's when we freeze them that we start proccing stuff. Ice spikes and ice shards. Let's see if we can find the group. Here is the group, see. So here is where blizzard is better than ice shards and safer, because we can attack them from a distance here. They are dying, as you can see. This is an insane pack. Couldn't really see how big it was there, but that was probably 2-3 groups of elites. At least 3, I think.
I need time to prepare.
And we cleaned it up with safety there, with blizzard, which you want in hardcore.
I'm not ready yet.
Poon win with the dad joke. I don't have carbon footprint, I just drive around everywhere. Okay, dude.
I need time to prepare that.
Okay, we need to leave this thing.
I'm not ready yet.
And there should also be another group here.
I need time to prepare.
A big one, usually. Here it is, I think. Well, good thing we have teleport. So currently I'm a little under level. I think we're only level 70. We're facing level 73. This is tier 4. We kinda just got here. So here you can see it's very safe with this. You just cast it from far away on the other screen. So sometimes there's an event here, which is kind of worth doing as well. Not this time around. You could skip the boss, but I like to do it. Why not? I think bosses kind of drop bad. I can also showcase how it feels against bosses. It's not like terrible, it's not great though. This build is very mana intense. You actually need a lot of mana regen. Alright, there we go. And we leveled up. Alright, let's go through the gear. Just gonna stay outside the dungeon. I like to farm this dungeon, so it's gonna reset soon. Do you know how to fast reset? I do know how to fast reset. You have to open a dungeon, right? But it's gonna reset automatically if I stay in town for a while. Alright, let's go through the gear. So first piece, on the helm we're looking for cooldown reduction. And since we're playing hardcore, max life is always nice, total armor is nice. This is kinda the perfect rolls. We have life, total armor, cooldown reduction, and lucky hit is great as well. While we have a barrier, and we have a barrier up all the time. You're gonna want this imprint, Frost Nova, gain additional shard in one of your pieces. I decided to put it here. We're putting on rubies for more life. Chest, you want defensive abilities, life. This one is aggressive though, but ideally you would have 4 defensive ones. This is something I just had from tier 3. Haven't gotten an upgrade yet. This imprint is pretty good. Since we're shielding everything and making everything vulnerable, it's a 22 damage reduction. For gloves, we're looking for ideally 40 eye shards, which you can get in tier 4, lucky hit and crit. Those are your 3 main stats you're looking for. I've put imprinted avalanche key passive, since this build is very mana hungry and we have a lot of lucky hits. This helps spamming your eye shards and blizzards. This is the best defensive imprint, the disobedience, and you can actually get it from a codex. So do the dungeon for this codex and have this ready. The codex always rolls the lowest though, so it's always better to find this as a higher roll. But having the codex is nice on the if you just start with hardcore. And we want 4 defensive rolls. Life, damage reduction. You can also roll dodge. Dodge is great. On the boots, I've imprinted extra lucky hit chance while we have a barrier. We're gonna have a barrier a lot of time, so that's nice. And we're focusing on lucky hit. You always want move speed. The other good rolls are mana cost reduction, skills to Frost Nova, and teleport is ideal. Dodge is great too. You can actually roll damage reduction while injured, which is also good. On the wand, this is what activates the blizzard build, the imprint. So when you cast blizzard, you periodically spawn ice spike. Your ice spike did 25% increased damage to frozen enemies. So once you have this aspect, which I believe you have to find, if I'm not mistaken, you can start running blizzard together with ice spikes or ice shards. Let me just see if you can actually get this aspect later. And on weapon we're looking for intelligence, damage to slow enemies is good, and shield enemies, closed enemies, and vulnerable damage and crit damage is good too. On the amulet we're looking for, the most important stat is 2 to all defensive skills, and then if you upgrade it you can get free if it's enough item power. Second best is cooldown reduction. Third best is mana cost reduction. So this is a pretty GG amulet. I've imprinted conceited on this one because we always have a barrier. I think this is the best one to put on the amulet if you want more damage. You get a 1.5 damage multiplier since it's on an amulet. And we're always gonna have a barrier almost always. If you really want defense though, you could put the disobedience aspect on it, but I prefer to put an attack aspect because sorceress has a lot of attack aspects, and not too many good defensive ones, so I rather put the disobedience here and have an extra slot for an attack aspect. On the rings, I'm currently testing the umbral ring, so whenever we shield something we get 2 resource, which could be potentially 4, because this is very mana hungry build. There's some other sustain rings imprints you can have, like resource regen. Not sure which one is the best yet, but this one is definitely the best out of all of the resource rings. Prodigy it's called, and you get mana once you use a cooldown, and we have currently using 4 teleport, frost nova, ice barrier, and flame shield. So this generates a lot of mana, and this aspect you can get from a dungeon, so get that dungeon done ASAP so you can get this aspect. On rings we're looking for life, lucky hit, crit. These are your 3 best choices for hardcore. The 4th one is vulnerable damage, but pretty much anything will do as your 4th one, like damage to closed, crit damage. But as long as you have lucky hit chance, crit, and life, those are good enough. Here we have imprinted the eye shards, which is best in slot as well. I decided to put it here. Not sure if you can get this aspect from a dungeon. And on orbs could be really good because it always has an implicit cooldown reduction on it. On the top you can see 10.3 cooldown reduction, and the rolls, you can roll another cooldown reduction on it ideally. Resource regen is really good. Lucky hit can also be found on focuses, and then 4th, not sure which would be best, but maybe some intelligence or damage. Let's look. Oh yeah, here's our enchantments. We want the eye shards enchantment. This is what makes the build work. So eye shards automatically conjure and fly towards frozen enemies. So our build is focused towards frozening our enemies, and then we shoot 3 eye shards. We also make them vulnerable, which is very powerful. And since we're playing hardcore, we use flame shield, so we have an extra life in case we mess up. I think this is a must. Oh yeah, so here you can see if you press escape and you go to collection and you press codex of power, you can see what codex you can get from dungeons. So you want the defensive one here that gives you armor for sure. So what you do, you look it up. You can do show my class only. This one. So you just left click it and it will target it on the map. Let's see the offensive one, if you can actually roll the... I'm sure you can't get the blizzard one, but you can get the eye shard one. So this one is worth doing. Dead Man's Dredge in Fractured Peaks. So this dungeon is a must. The defensive one is a must. And you want to do Prodigy Aspect as well. Those are the ones. You can also get the Umbral here on Champions Demise. I think those are the ones you really want. This one is pretty sweet too. So let's go over the skill tree. So we're not using any basic skills, you can pick whatever here. If you want to use a basic skill, you would have to cut one of these ones. So I would recommend activating this build once you get the aspects, and the best way to get aspects is to get to tier 3 and do helltides. And farm the mysterious chests. We maxed the eye shards. Want into enhanced eye shards. And destructive eye shards to make them vulnerable. We have put one, I'm not sure how many I put into, I maxed the teleport actually. One into flame shield, one into enhanced flame shield, and I need mana, so currently we're using this. Once we're gonna have no mana issues, we're putting on shimmering flame. We max teleport, one into enhanced teleport, one into shimmering teleport. Because a lot of times you teleport and then you cast Frost Nova to make everything frozen, and then you start hammering the shards. It's fun game style. One into ice armor, we needed more mana. I also decided to put one into shimmering ice, since when monsters attack you they become frozen and then they take damage. We shoot an ice shard, which is nice. I put one into elemental attunement. The blizzard actually can't crit, but shards can. So this activates sometimes. I'm not sure if this is worth it though. Max Frost Nova to have less cooldown, and Mystical Frost Nova to make them vulnerable. Very important. Max Precision Magic. I put one into Align Element and one into Protection. So once I cast a cooldown here, we're gonna get a barrier, and we have a lot of aspect that benefits from that. So it's just, I think one is enough, because most of our barrier we're gonna generate from the paragon tree, which I'm gonna show later. We put one into Icy Veil. So this allows you to freeze your targets more often. So this one is very important. And again, we need a barrier. It's all about the barrier here. We apply more chill. So if we repeat chilling them, we make them frozen. And that's our goal. Snap freeze. Frost skills have up to 9% chance to instant freeze, so we're focusing on lucky hit and freeze. We only put one in blizzard because the blizzard actually doesn't do much damage. What does the damage is when we freeze them and also the ice spikes we get from the aspect. So we max permafrost for more damage, hoarfrost, more damage, icy touch, more damage, and here we have lucky hits when we hit when we damage Cold damage against vulnerable enemies have up to 20% chance to generate 50 mana. Since this build is super mana hungry, this helps. Also lucky hits. That's why lucky hits is very important. And here I'm using avalanche. More lucky hit. So we get 2 free costs since we're using the avalanche aspect too. So we're gonna get some free costs. So I think avalanche for now is the best, but later when you have no mana issues, you could switch this. Paragon. So we went up here, took the elementalist, took a glyph, elemental balance, edit. So right now, in the beginning, don't focus too much on your current glyph because it's not gonna be leveled. Just take whatever. I took this one to help with mana issues. We get more mana regen, a little bit of damage, and this is easy to apply. 40 int on this board. Since we're taking these two, we get 20 int and some extra int nodes, and we activate the bonus. So our first paragon tree we connect is Icefall. This is the best one. And we want more shield application, so here we get some more shield application. And we really want this legendary node ASAP, so we took the closest path to it. So we went this way, got this, and we went down to get some damage reduction. And now we're going up to the next glyph. And again, we just took whatever glyph we could apply here. I don't have many skill points right now. But later on you can just change everything and make it more optimal. But for now we just focus on what gives us the most strength at this moment. And we have put what is it called? Adept. So a bigger area for Blizzard. Some more damage too. On Blizzard, but the Blizzard damage actually doesn't matter. So we got Frost and we got Frigid too. So that's the build. I will link the build in the description. And I will also link a good helltide helper site that shows where the mysterious chest spawns. And I always stream on Twitch almost every day, so check out my stream live, twitch.tv/show. Hope you liked the video. Go ahead and follow, and see you on the next one.